HTTP is a widely used protocol in the internet. It's a protocol for a web page or to view the web page. But now you might be noticed most of the time when we access a website in the browser, we will be using HTTPS, not HTTP. HTTPS is just similar, similar as HTTP, but it's a secured version of HTTP, right? So HTTP in HTTP communication, the data and the headers actually transfer as a raw text, but in HTTPS, this data and information goes as in an encrypted format. Actually, HTTPS use SSL or TLS to encrypt our transaction. So that's why we use most of the time HTTPS. So we will discuss how actually SSL helps HTTPS to encrypt the traffic and to make the connection secure. So before that, if you're watching this channel for first time, please I request you to subscribe to this channel and enable the notification to get more content. So welcome to another video. So before we discuss about SSL, let me talk a little bit about the types of encryption. There are two types of encryption. Asymmetric encryption, which is also known as a public key encryption. And the asymmetric encryption involves two keys, public key and a private key. Public key will be shared with any system who want to participate in the communication, but the private key will be very secret for the particular system. So a system will encrypt the data or encrypt the header using the private key, but to decrypt that key, peer need a combination of private key and public key. So in short, the asymmetric encryption or asymmetric cryptography involve two keys, public key and private key. A system will encrypt the traffic using the private key, and the peer device or peer system need a combination of private key and public key to decrypt that traffic. Symmetric encryption. Symmetric encryption, unlike asymmetric encryption, involves only one key. That means to encrypt and decrypt, it need only one key. So a sender will be sending a traffic with by encrypting using a key, and receiver also use the same key to decrypt the traffic. Okay, so now that we have got clear about asymmetric and symmetric encryption, the question is, what SSL really using? Is it asymmetric encryption or symmetric encryption? Actually, SSL use both asymmetric and symmetric encryption in the data encryption process. So we can divide the entire SSL communication process into two. First step is SSL handshake, and second is the actual data transfer. SSL communication usually begins with the SSL handshake. It's an asymmetric encryption process. What is happening? In SSL handshake is actually a 4 or 5 step process through which both sender and receiver comes to an agreement about session, like session key, other session information, and the cipher suits. Let's see what are all those steps involved in the SSL handshake. Okay, so let's see how the SSL handshake process is happening actually. So let's first look into this picture and understand the process. So as you see here, the first step is client is sending. So here we have the client. When we say client, it's our, you can think of our laptop browser, or it can be a mobile browser or any browser. It can be Chrome or Mozilla, any browser. So that's a client, and web server. That's the website. We can think of a website where a web server where a website is hosted. All right. So the first step is client is sending a hello message to the server. Right. Then once the hello message is received at the server end, server is sending a server hello message. Okay. Then there is a third process. Client is doing some kind of processing here, and in the fourth step, client is sending a encrypted session key to the web server. Right. Then web server will be decrypting that session key using the private key, SSL private key, and will be using that key as the ongoing communication or upcoming communication. So in the last step, the fifth step, once the server is decrypted its session key sent by the client, it will use that key to encrypt the acknowledgement and will be sent to the browser. So this is the a overview of SSL handshake. So at the end of this SSL handshake, both server and client will have a common shared secret key using which the actual data transfer will be encrypted. Okay, now let's see one by one all these 5 process. So the first one is client hello. In the first step, client is sending a hello message to the server. Okay, this hello message include client's SSL version number, cipher settings, the cipher which is supported by the client, and some like session specific data and other information which needs to establish SSL communication. That's the first step, client hello. Now, the second step is the server hello. Once the client hello is received at the server end, server will be sending back the server hello to the client. It's a server hello message, and this message include again server's SSL version number and the cipher settings. The cipher actually supported by the server, and some kind of some kind of session specific data as same as what client sent. And the last one and very important one, server will be sending the SSL certificate with the public key, right? So in the server hello message, addition to this SSL version number, ciphertext, and the session specific data, the server will be sending us SSL certificate with the public key. That's the second step. In the third step, once the client receive the SSL certificate from the server, it needs to verify that certificate. It needs to confirm that server hold this particular SSL certificate is authenticated, it's trustable. So what client will do? Client will verify the SSL certificate with the certificate authority who is authorized to issue the SSL certificate. Okay, so once the authentication is completed, if the authentication is failed, then the client refuses the SSL communication and throws an error. But if the verification or the authentication of the SSL certificate with the CA is success, then it moves to the next step, which is the session key transfer. So now client know the server or the web server is trustable, right? He has a authentic like he has a trustable certificate, and the CA trust that particular party, so even client also can trust that web server. Now what client will do? Client will create a session key, and it will encrypt that session key using the public key of the SSL certificate, right? Public key sent by the server. And this particular public encryption, like this particular session key, will be sending to the server. And in this stage, if server is requesting a client authentication, which is actually mostly happening in our normal server to server communication, then client sends its own certificate as well, its SSL certificate as well. In normal, like in our laptop to web server communication, this won't happen. It just in this particular stage, the client will only send the encrypted session key. But if it's a server to server communication, the peer or the client will send the session key as well as his own certificate. So in this step, client creates a session key and encrypt using the public key received from the server in the second stage and sent to the server. Okay, that's the session key. And once the session key receives the server end, what server will do? Server will decrypt that session key using the private key, right? Decrypt that session key using the private key, and it uses that key going forward for the actual data transfer. Okay, so once it decrypts the traffic, it sends the once it decrypts the session key, it sends the acknowledgement back to the client, which will be encrypted using the new session key, right? Which will be encrypted using the new session key. So here you can clearly see the SSL handshake use two different key for encryption and decryption, right? In the first, when the client encrypt the when client encrypt the session key, it used the public key of that particular SSL certificate. But when the server decrypt the session key, it uses the private key of that SSL. Once SSL handshake is completed, both sender and receiver will be agreed on a common shared secret key. Okay. Now both sender and receiver will have the same key using which a sender will encrypt the traffic and receiver can decrypt the traffic. So in the actual data transfer, sender and receiver uses the same key for encryption and decryption respectively. So that's why the actual data transfer is a symmetric encryption. So in short, the two encryption method, I mean, both of the encryption method, asymmetric encryption and symmetric encryptions are involved in the SSL communication. The first step, which is SSL handshake, use asymmetric encryption, but the actual data transfer uses symmetric encryption, which is again uses a key which is actually generated by the SSL handshake. Yeah, that's all about today video. I hope you have got some information. If you like this video, please like it and share with your friends. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please feel free to subscribe and watch my next video. Thank you.